I can never manipulate people. I'm a terrible manipulator. I cannot lie. I cannot run people down. That is not me. Like, I have to give selfies even at 6 a.m. in the morning when I'm taking my pet out for a walk. And I'm like so haggard and I'm like, dude, I'm not even up. And I was like, ma'am, selfie. And I never want to say no because I worked hard for this. So I'm very thankful that not just the platform but also the people who loved and connected with me. And to those who were not loving me much because they make me work harder to love me more. Last night, I was out for a walk with my dog at 12:30 a.m. A person driving down from an S-Class, he stepped down and is like, I don't want to disturb you in your private moment, but I'm a huge, huge fan. The stands you took, the stands you didn't take.
Exactly.
I swear to God, I was blown away and I was like so humbled, I can't tell you. So this is what has happened. It has given me that reach and relatability. I never knew I could be loved by so many people, and I worked hard for this day. I think love is a calling. I mean, either you feel it or you just don't feel it. It doesn't, for me, it's not something which is superficial, and you have to be in it to feel it. And I think when it happens on its own. It's a very automated kind of a system. You don't have to work hard for it. You'll feel that butterfly in the stomach, the excitement. A relationship is something, it's a calling. It's just that don't be very quick in believing what people is showing you, whosoever the person involved with you. Just take your time. Like, if I feel for somebody, I will say okay. And if I don't feel for somebody, I'll be vocal and I'll be like, okay. So am I, like, should there be a brunt for me being so honest about that I don't feel for it anymore? No. It's just I'm being honest, at least to myself. I don't know about others.
Hey everyone, this is Aditi and you are watching me on News 18 Showsha. Today I have an absolute bundle of talent joining me, Soundarya. A huge welcome to News 18 and we are so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed watching the music video Khoobsurat, and as I said earlier, आप काफी खूबसूरत लग रहे थे वहाँ पे भी. How did the entire ideation happen and what was the most fun part shooting it?
Ideation will have to ask Bhushan sir.
Yeah.
And I think him and the team thinking of me to be part of it. I feel truly amazing, and this is my first venture after Bigg Boss, so I feel amazing.
Since the song talks about falling in love and all things associated with it, what is your take on the same? And are you somebody who wears their heart on sleeves?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. But then I think love is a calling. I mean, either you feel it or you just don't feel it. It doesn't, for me, it's not something which is superficial, and you have to be in it to feel it. And I think when it happens on its own. It's a very automated kind of a system. You don't have to work hard for it. You'll feel that butterfly in the stomach, the excitement, all that.
So what is your take on relationships of this generation? Because, relationships have become so cut and dry. Things don't really work out the way it looks like in the music video. That way. So what is your
That's
take?
the idea of doing this music video, to inspire and tell people that hey, it's all about relationships and emotions in life. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हम लोग इंसान हैं, अगर हमारे अंदर emotions ही खत्म हो जाएंगे ना, तो हम लोग भी machine बन जाएंगे. So that is one thing which is saving us from being a robo or living a very social media driven life.
I was just hearing your conversation and you said that you learned a lot from your previous relationships. Is there any piece of advice that you want to give to the younger generation?
I don't know. I would just say that don't trust so easily. This is what I have learned, at least, because I am somebody, I'm very naive. I still feel I have that the innocence of exploring things, because we weren't allowed to go out as much, and I wasn't allowed to have boyfriends like how easily, and I'm talking without thinking that my dad is still watching. And if you remember, I used to still say in the Bigg Boss, yeah, my dad is watching, because that is back of my mind all the time. And I was so engrossed in studies, there was no scope of having a relationship. Itna dar lagta tha. I am from a Brahmin, strict family.
Okay.
Abhi things have changed. Papa, mama are cool. Ki theek hai, I can talk about, whatever. So I feel that relationship is something, it's a calling. It's just that don't be, very quick in believing what people is showing you, whosoever the person involved with you. Just take your time.
That's a very lovely piece of advice, and I think we all
Like,
need
because
it
we are in a
here
hurry. The
today.
moment we get that butterfly in stomach, we are in
That
a hurry
chase.
to just...
Yeah, exactly. Again, at the same time, I love your style and fashion, and as I said in the music video also, the floral outfits that you have pulled off. Do you have a personal approach towards fashion, or?
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
it's all personal, including the prints, the fabric. I don't know many of the names of the fabric, but I do know that this fabric would give me this kind of feel. Like for example, what a sari would give you a grace and mood and feeling to walk.
Yeah.
A bodycon like this won't give you that.
Yeah.
So your attitude, your body speaks on its own the moment you wear a fabric, and it has a lot to say. And I always have a personal touch towards it because I think it speaks your personality.
True.
It's who you are. So the idea of having these different outfits was like it has to be relatable to all the girls watching, every body type watching,
Yeah.
all the generations watching.
Mhm.
Different age groups watching. So,
Yes.
and the colors we've used, very summery day colors. That was the
Exactly.
idea. Relatability.
Yeah. Soundarya, a lot of fame and recognition has come your way, and a lot of spotlight was there on your way because of Bigg Boss. How have things changed for you post Bigg Boss?
Definitely. Like, I have to give selfies even at 6 a.m. in the morning when I'm taking my pet out for a walk. And I'm like so haggard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm not even up. And I was like, ma'am, selfie. And I never want to say no because I've worked hard for this day. So I'm very thankful that not just the platform, but also the people who loved and connected with me.
Mhm.
And to those who were not loving me much, because they make me work harder to love me more.
True.
So that is what my take on life is about.
Mhm.
And I feel amazing. I feel truly, truly blessed that this has happened. I feel even when you're acknowledged and everything, people know you famous. People don't come for autographs and pictures. They see you when they walk in a city like Bombay.
Yeah.
But I feel amazing that even at 12:30 last night, I was out for a walk with my dog at 12:30 a.m. A person driving down from an S class, he stepped down and is like, I don't want to disturb you in your private moment, but I'm a huge, huge fan. The stands you took, the stands you didn't take.
Exactly.
I swear to God, I was blown away and I was like so humbled, I can't tell you. So this is what has happened. It has given me that reach and relatability. I never knew I could be loved by so many people, and I worked hard for this day.
I was just about to ask you, that, you have been so outspoken and vocal about certain things there. So, again, at the same time, there was also a lot of trolling that came your way. How did you deal with it?
Well, honestly, if you ask me, not even a single episode I've seen from the time I've come out. Like I always say, I was a misfit for Bigg Boss. I had never seen Bigg Boss in my life because God was kind to me. He gave me work. Then I started getting limelight. Then I got my OTTs despite of COVID.
Yeah.
I got work and everything. So for me, the outlook of life is very different, how I look at my career and things. I did not pay much attention to those things. Even when I'm out, I did not pay much attention to who said what. I never Googled all those things. Because if I channelize my energy there, I will not be able to grow. And that is not my idea for which I went. I wanted to grow. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to get more work. And honestly, I didn't even plan it till 4 days before. I was like, no, I was so petrified. I was so scared because, I can never manipulate people. I'm a terrible manipulator. I cannot lie. I cannot run people down. That is not me. I think इज्जत सबसे बड़ी चीज़ होती है.
True.
So मैं वो नहीं देखती हूँ और मैं ट्रोलिंग पे ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं देती हूँ. अगर वो होती है नहीं होती है तो even more good for me, because the moment I acknowledge it, it will push me to do better.
Yeah.
So very thankful to all those people too. God bless them.
Again, there was also a lot of chatter about your personal life, but does that bother you?
No, not really, not at all, because I think somewhere or the other it will happen और सबकी लाइफ में होता है. किसकी लाइफ में नहीं होता? आपकी लाइफ में भी कुछ होगा, correct? It's just some people has it on display.
Yeah.
And the kind of platform we were given, and you can't be mechanical.
True.
Like if I feel for somebody, I will say okay, and if I don't feel for somebody, I'll be vocal and I'll be like okay. So am I like, should there be a brunt for me being so honest about that I don't feel for it anymore? No. It's just I'm being honest, at least to myself. I don't know about others.
That's a very good approach, you know, to look at things.
Yeah, because if people can troll, that's what they can do. But he's watching everything.
Exactly. You know, so when it comes to work, have you been getting good offers post Bigg Boss that way?
Yes, God is very kind.
Well, that's
Yes.
really nice to hear, because I remember back in 2017 you did a film called Ranchi Diaries,
Yes.
and that film got so much love from the audience.
Yes.
And post that I didn't really see you anywhere. So
Yeah.
was that a conscious decision of stepping away, or?
Yes, because I always see I'm no star kid, and I didn't have a backup of, say, whatever. And you know, having said that, I don't hold anything against that, because I think it's everyone's luck factor and their karmic cycle and their hard work equally.
Yeah.
So for me, my second film which I would do was more important, as far as I wanted to just take the right steps. Halaki, there is no strategy of making it big or no making it big.
Yeah.
Because we've seen a lot of examples that people with lot of great background in the industry still haven't made it. So there is no hit or flop formula, and a lot of outsiders have mostly made it. So there is nothing called outsider, insider. Initially, I was too naive to believe that nepotism, this and that. But at the end of the day, it's you who...
It's your talent
Yeah.
that works.
So nothing else matters. There is nothing of that sort. Platform zarur mil jata hai, the privilege is there. But they
Yeah.
have to work harder.
Exactly.
They are constantly taking the badgering of who they are. And so do we, to just dig our own platform,
True.
being an outsider. And mere liye to even it was more difficult, because I come from a completely non-glamorous background, being a medicos and everything. I didn't even know where the casting agents are sitting, where their offices are. So my struggle was for actual real. I don't know. God has been just kind to me when I look back and see those days. So I don't see it differently, and I think that was something I was looking for. I was getting a lot of South films and everything, but then it had to have that gravitas for me to do it. I was not in a hurry. I was just doing my internship. I passed out, so I was excited. You know, कि at least मेरा dream पूरा हो रहा है. कितनी बड़ी चीज़ है कि मैं यहाँ आके कुछ कर पाई हूँ without doing, 5 years of struggle. God has been kind to me that way, because I channelized my energy. And then COVID happened. Then I decided to go and study in LA. So I went to do my acting training for 2 years, and that's when I started getting OTTs.
Okay.
So when you
somewhere it
shoot
paid
and
off.
everything, आपको पता ही नहीं चलता time कैसे निकलता है.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the time I was in the Bigg Boss house, all those 3 shows got released.
True.
So actually 2020 and 2021 तो pandemic में ही निकल गया.
हाँ.
So I don't know how do we count that. And 19 में I was
Exactly.
already shooting for Raktanchal. So something substantial I was looking for.
You know, you have a massive social media fan following as well.
Yeah.
But do you feel today social media plays an important role in enhancing somebody's stardom?
It does, for sure, to a lot of people, to an extent, I would say, to an extent. But ultimately, what will bring you more stardom is your work,
Yeah.
not just your social media presence. If that was the case, by saying that all those people who've been doing greatest influencing activities and apps, they would all have been, at a
Popular
pedestal.
that way and at a pedestal.
So, getting views and likes is not something just my parameter. Definitely to be loved, और वो social media से ही मिलता है, because it gives you that reach.
That
But if you
visibility.
ask my mother, probably she wasn't on Instagram before her daughter was getting into this. She was least interested in Instagram. My father was least interested in Twitter.
Yeah.
So for those people and tier 2, tier 3, it's your work, what they see on screen.
Exactly. Today there are so many web shows happening, music videos happening. There's so much work
Correct.
happening. Do you feel Bollywood still feels like a far-fetched dream?
No, not at all. Because I think this is a great time for all those actors who are looking for work, honestly. It has given wings to a lot of people's dream. I don't know, courtesy COVID or no, but then it has opened avenues for a lot of people who couldn't make it to films, because I personally feel 0.1% people make it for the mainstream
Yeah.
cinema. And everyone does hard work.
True.
It's not that certain section is doing that. It's also a luck factor which plays majorly in your perseverance, your honesty, your never give up.
True.
This thing, and that's what I think sets you apart from just making it big.
Mhm.
So music videos, OTTs, it's all a platform. It totally depends on who is being just being happy with what they get and how they pave their path, carve their path.
You know, you just shared earlier that being famous never really translated into work that way. At that point of time, how did you take care of your mental health? Because, being in the creative field,
Correct.
we often feel so overwhelmed, when there's no work happening.
Correct.
How did you take care of yourself?
One very beautiful thing I'll share with you, that when I was entering Bollywood, not even my parents were by my side, because they were very skeptical of their daughter getting into, it's a very torturous yet tortuous path. It's a blind track. And I didn't have a guidance. They didn't know anyone. कि दिल्ली में तो ये होता ना कि चलो अच्छा इस profession में you know somebody, you will pick up the phone and say just take care of my daughter or whatever, just guide her. Be it degree, be it working somewhere or anything. Parents do, all of our parents. When I was coming to Bombay, I had accepted that there is 0.1% chance that I will succeed. And because I was dreaming very high, for me it didn't matter what people will say, what father will say, what my mama will say, what everybody will say, whether they'll judge me or not, whether they say, oh, she's eloping with a boyfriend, that's why she wants to go to Bombay, or what is she doing? So many notions about a person pursuing acting in Bollywood.
Yeah.
Matlab, what kind of thoughts they have. Now in today's time it's very different, because parents themselves, they only send their kids to talent shows and everything.
True.
So I had accepted it, and I have a great reality check. So that's how I live. I walk on double sword edge always, and I keep myself at it 24/7. So for me, it never bothered whether I'll succeed or fail, but I always work towards my dream. So it never really gave me that thought and instinct of कि नहीं हुआ तो मैं क्या करूँगी, what will I do, the kind of pressure. I was like, yeah, I'm capable of lots and I will make it.
You had that self-belief inside you, and I
Yes,
think
and that
that's
is what you
really
need.
important.
The dream you see yourself,
Yeah.
not your mama, not your papa, nobody can see it for you. So you have to believe in yourself. And trust me when I say that. Even if you're the last person standing for your belief system, you have to be doing that. It's okay.
True. On a closing note, I want to know one thing. Is there anything you want to say to your younger self?
To my younger self, I would just say have patience.
Yeah.
And having said that, when I'm saying believe in yourself and everything, there were days when I was uprooted. I was rattled.
Okay.
I was all those mixed emotions and everything. So I think you learn it when you're getting into the system and growing with the experiences. So I just want to tell the younger self that keep goofing up the way you do, but then just have a little more patience.
I think we all needed to hear this again. Yeah. Thank you so much, Soundarya. I had a great time chatting with you, and I cannot wait to see you on films, on more music videos, on OTT, everywhere.
Thank you.
You are an absolute delight to watch on
Thank
screen.
you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Soundarya Sharma, and you're watching me on News 18 Showsha.